Hi Peter, lovely to meet up with you at the range and do some further work on your game. Things are looking really good. We're obviously addressing the sort of niggly issue of the swing continuously struggling to create any sort of height, P3 to P4. So the sequence of the swing historically has been up and out too fast. So you can see the hands elevating from the yellow to the red line too soon, and then being pulled inwards from P2 to P4, top of the backswing. So instead of our desired hand path, which would be up the plane line, up the shaft plane line until about the level of the belt, before then gradually raising due to the flexing of the right arm, straightening the right leg, left shoulder working down, etc., onto the red elbow plane line. The sequencing is up and out too soon, and then in an attempt to get the club back on plane, it goes too deep. Lots and lots of positives in that swing. You know, the tilts in the shoulders, the rate at which the knees extend and flex, the tilts in the hips, etc. I really like, and I just felt that it was a case of educating either the right or the left arm what was needed in the second part of the backswing. So we played around with a few different drills, hitting some shots just with the right arm, hitting some shots just with the left arm, which we're going to look at now. And then we arrived at an improved position. The thing that you also commented on was the amount that the club face was shut. You don't have a strong grip. You do side bend the right wrist a little bit in the takeaway. However, the club face starts to realign quite nicely after this drill that we're going to look at on the right hand side. So takeaway here is always going to be a little bit compromised. The right hand's not on the club, left arm drifting out. We talked about when you're doing that to refine it, really feel like you're squeezing your left arm against your chest just to keep the hand path in at that point. That said, what we're looking for really is educating the left arm what to do in the sort of final segment of the backswing. So it's working in across the chest early in the piece, moving towards the right shoulder, and then later in the swing we need it to, and again this is just a term that I used, it's not specific, maybe not 100% accurate, it's almost like it slides up the chest and we get the arm plane matching the shoulder plane much better. Now when you do that, you can see there's a marked difference in the condition of the club face. There's a realigning, if you will, of the left wrist, left arm, and both now, or all three now, much more in sympathy with the tilts on the shoulders. So there is a change occurring through quite a simple drill. Not an easy drill. Ball striking wise, we got you to put the ball on a T-peg. Every shot wasn't a success, but that's not what this drill's about. This drill is about conditioning your left arm as it is in regards to what it needs to do during the backswing. So left arm is pulling in across the chest too much in the second half of your backswing, and what we need it to do is work up and around rather than just around behind you in the second part of that backswing. So once we've done that for about 40 minutes, we ask you to hit a shot down. No rehearsals. This is your first shot after doing the drill for a number of minutes. Just put the plane lines on as per your first swing. We talked about maybe pushing down on the handle of the club a little bit just to lower the handle, improve the wrist condition at setup. But other than that, we've just been hitting with the left arm. You can see the hands drift out there. But really what I'm interested in this section is improving the second part of the backswing. We can see the left arm now working inwards and upwards rather than just being pulled across the chest. And the position you're in at the top now shows a marked improvement in regards to the angle of the club face and the positioning of the golf club relative to the elbow plane line. So there's certainly no one going to suggest that the swing that we're looking at on the right is too deep or too flat. Things in there that we'd need to tidy up, but I think once we get to the situation where we can achieve that swing on the right, then we can start adding the detail that we need to, you know, tidy up the takeaway, etc, etc. Body action itself hasn't really changed a great deal. There's a slight difference in the gap between the knees, there's a slight difference in the tilting of the hips, very little difference in the shoulders. Like I said, there's a lot of good stuff in the golf swing. It's just that left arm needed a little bit of re-education, if you will. So I look forward to watching this one progress. If you do get a chance, I'd appreciate some footage over the next few weeks, just so that I can keep my eye on things and make sure that things don't go awry for you. So I'd like to see you swing over the next couple of weeks. If possible, just send me an email through with some footage on it. In between now and then, have a great Christmas, enjoy your breaks, and I look forward to meeting up with you again in sort of the third week of January to continue the improvements in your golf game. Well done.